Hello, wherever you might be. Got my bait, my rod. That's all we need. I just hope I'm not forgetting anything today. It's a long hike down. So it's the fall, and that means in these October, November, December months, you can find great low tides in the afternoon and evenings. It's 2:15 right now, so I've got 3 hours and 15 minutes until peak low tide, a negative 1.3 at 5:30 today. If you look for the low tides in spring, they'll be at 5 or 6 a.m. Now a big dilemma. Right side or left side? I'm only leaning towards the right side more because those rocks are already exposed, so I could start fishing right when I get down there. Oh man, somebody lost their hat. All right, let's head down. It's nice to keep one hand free when you're going down these hills, especially when they're full of loose gravel like this. You never know when you'll slip and you'll need to grab yourself. Even better would be a walking stick. Remember how this looks, because in 3 hours you wouldn't even be able to recognize it. Do those look like raccoon prints or what? You know, I need a floating dock for my pond. This would be perfect. If only I could figure a way to haul this thing up the hill. Still got about an hour until the good low tide starts, so I'll tie my rig up right now. I've got some 80-pound tests, and I'm simply tying a fisherman's knot to the second eye of this old fishing rod. So I'll cut off the excess, and I just put the tag end of that extra line through the end of the rod. You could just tie it to the end of the rod too. I was thinking because that second eye has 2 pieces of contact, whereas the first one only has 1, and it could be pulled off if you get a really big fish. Now I've got a nice thick-bodied hook that won't break or bend easily, and I'll tie it to the end with a fisherman's knot, leaving about 2 to 3 inches of line left. And since this is 80-pound test, it's thick enough that it won't just flop over. It'll stay stiff and straight. I guess this is my new designated poke pole rod, so I'll put that connection together. Take a piece of duct tape, and I'll just tape that joint together so it doesn't pull out. That should help. A little bit windy out there, but it looks like it's calm enough to go start exploring. Net in case I get one, squid for bait, and the search begins. I don't think I need to be too stealthy. Gonna hook up a piece of squid here and find me some holes. Look at that good hole. Ooh, look at that hole. The deeper the pole goes in, the better it is. Man, I forgot how nice it is to use waders. Not even cold, not even wet at all. I can get knee deep. How deep can we go? If I were a fish, I would be here. Oh, I got something. A nice one. Oh, get back on it. He's on it again. Get over here. Big old crab. There it is. But I don't want the crab, I want a fish. It's kind of nice when you see 2 rocks that come together and there's one on top, you know that there's this big crevice underneath. Got something. Oh, crab. Tons of rock crab around here. I like to be really gentle when I poke my pole in the hole. And if you're gentle, the fish will feel comfortable and it'll bite. But if you're just jabbing it all in there, it's gonna get scared and it's not gonna let you do what you want to do. That hole's not cooperating. Let's go to the next one. Bite, fish on, I don't know. Oh, there's an eel down here. I found a nice little crevice and I'm definitely getting bites. So if I can pull him out, I got my net ready. Oh, he took it. Oh, he took it, taking it back to the hole. Oh, he's taking it deep in the hole. There's no way. Ah, man, it's just a crab. I saw his little arm come out and grab it, so I was wrong. Tons of these little guys around. Right in here. Tell me if you see this bite. Right in this hole. That's just a crab. But there's an eel in here. Tough to get him out of these holes sometimes. It's got it. I'm letting him eat it. See if I can pull him out. Got one. Stay there. Where's my net? I got him. Little guy. Into my net. Woo! Yeah! Little squirmy. Oh my goodness, they are squirmy as heck. It's not a monster, but it's decent. No limit to these. Actually, they are considered rockfish. Okay, I can hold him with the net. Take this sharp hook out. Been eating my squid, man. I'll just wet my net. He'll be totally fine. As you probably already know if you watch this channel, these eels, they are adapted to live at low tide. So when the tide is out, they don't need water to survive for several hours at a time. So this bait I got is not very good, but I'm threading it on kind of like a worm, and I'm putting the tip of the squid right at the tip of the hook. So if it bites, it's going to get hooked. If you get one in one hole, keep poking in that hole until they don't bite anymore, because it could go deep. You know, with my luck, this eel is going to jump right out of this net, but I'll try to keep a close eye on him. And when you're doing this, it's really just trying as many holes as you can until you find a good one, and you might get lucky and sometimes you won't, but I'm going to keep trying for the big one. This is a really cool way to get into fishing, or introducing youngsters into fishing. So much to explore at low tide. You don't even have to fish. You can just explore and find sea urchins, find mussels, find snails. Just play around in the tide pools. Oh yeah, he's on it. He's on it. Ah, nope. The tide is way out now. Still about an hour and a half until peak low tide. It's really nice to have these big rocks protecting what's behind it. There's one. Come on. Come on. Get back for it. Oh, way deep in there. Bite it. Bite it. If I can catch one more, I'm going to switch up what I'm targeting. Maybe you can see, actually. It's biting it. I don't know if you can tell or not. It's just not taking it. It might not be big enough. Man, I got to be really careful because I stick my pole in and it goes more than halfway. This pole is 9 feet. So I'm going to be really careful when I walk around. There's got to be something in these holes. Then I'm really surprised I haven't seen any abalone. Not impossible that I would find some scallops either. I'm looking around at this southern spot, but everything is so shallow and it's really sandy, which makes it difficult to find the holes between the rocks because everything gets filled in with the sand. There's a lot of this orange stuff on the rocks, and when you see that, sometimes there's scallops that are hidden underneath too. Doesn't look like here though. My rod's moving around. I can't tell if this is an eel or a crab. Feels pretty crabby to me. Maybe I should have gone to the other side. Oh man, I didn't even think to look on the opposite side of the rock. Let's go check out over here. Look, you can actually see this eel's tail. See, it's eating it. Well, actually, not what I was looking for. Oh, it swam away. Couldn't grab it. Ah, really small fish. Man, the environment is way different over here. So much more kelp. Just got another one of these little tiny fish. What are these? I think that's a bullhead, actually. Haven't seen one of those in a long time. I'm pretty sure those spikes right there are poisonous. Used to catch these all the time in Half Moon Bay. And after a while, you start getting these phantom bites, which you think are bites, but maybe they're not. Right, hey, this was the second species I was gonna go after. Some sea urchin. So I got a little trick to make them taste better if you don't like them. There's a couple nice ones. Let's see if they got any uni in them. One, two. Oh, nice. They've been there for a while. There's another one. Three. That's good size for a purple. There's another nice one. Just pop it off, boom. Oh yeah, oh heavy, look at that one. Woo, man, that's big. There's a huge purple one. Oh wow, a bunch of them over here. Oh wow, this whole pool is filled with them. Jeez, look at this one though. That one. Ah, look at that. For a purple urchin, that is gigantic. Bring some back to Sarah. She loves sea urchin. Oh wow, look at this one. Here's a red one. We'll throw one of these in the mix, even though these aren't causing the problem. Look at that. Nice. All right, I think that's enough. No life really. And then I just stumbled upon the most sea urchins I've ever gotten from shore. Oh man, there's tons of them over here. The sun is setting really fast. So this hole looks really good. If there's nothing in it, I'm gonna head back and start cooking because there's not too much light. Well, this eel isn't quite as big as I would have liked, but now with the sea urchin, we've got a whole meal. So I'm gonna dispatch this guy and then I'll fillet him. One hit on the rocks and he's out. Really tough to fillet these, but they're boneless. The meat is really nice white. I'm gonna take off its skin first, and how I'm gonna do that, I'm just gonna cut along the top and bottom of its body. I'll cut the skin off on the opposite side, guts are out. Any movement you see is just nerves. There's no intestines or anything, it's completely dead. Now I'll just rip off the skin as cleanly as I can. I didn't quite get the bottom, but hopefully it doesn't matter too much. All right, that skin, we'll keep that. All right, that's all meat other than the spine. Man, sun is setting fast. I don't know if I have time to cook everything I wanted to, but we'll just start out with the easy stuff. A little bit of propane. So the only time that I've really had uni that I loved was when I had it with some Wagyu steak. Now that's some expensive stuff, but I don't think it was the steak. I think it was the savoriness and the saltiness of the steak combined with the sweetness and slight bitter taste of the sea urchin, which just enhances its flavor to a whole nother level. So I don't have any Wagyu steak today, but I do have some really fatty bacon. We're just gonna start off with some really nice fat pieces of bacon, and that'll give us our savory, salty flavor. Now while this bacon cooks, let's open up one of these uni and see what they look like. Anything good in here? Let's find out. Yeah, definitely something to work with. This will be a great taste test. Now, that's a good amount of uni for a purple sea urchin. Now I'll rinse them off real clean in the salt water. I'll give one of these individual ones a try without anything. And that's exactly what it tastes like. Slightly bitter. I guess that pungent flavor is like the umami, and it's slightly sweet. So it's a combination of those things. Doesn't taste that great to me alone, but just wait. See if we got any bigger ones in this red one. Oh wow, this thing is loaded. My wife's gonna be jealous when she sees this. I'm sorry, Sarah. Wow. If you like uni, this is what you want to see. Eesh, look at this one. Thing is huge. Clean it up, pull off the extra stuff. Could use a spoon, but if you don't have one, just rubbing your finger right behind that uni will do the trick. Take it right out. You won't damage it at all. This is like the best uni you can find. See how it tastes alone again. It's really creamy, sweet. If someone liked this, oh gosh, they would be ecstatic to find something like this. A yield of this quality in one sea urchin, and you can get 35 a day. You can get 5-gallon bucketful if you're diving, I believe, but if you're just foraging, you can get 35 of these a day. But still, it just doesn't do it for me. I don't like it. I wouldn't do it myself alone, but if I had it with steak, and now let's see this. If I put it on a piece of bacon, like some salsa, let's see if it changes anything. It does. It changes everything about it. Oh, that's good. And yeah, that bacon is good, but it's even better with the uni. There's just something about adding that savory, salty flavor to the uni that makes it just completely different than what it would be alone. Wow. And if there are any real chefs that are watching this, just adding something else, I'm sure you can improve it even more. Wow, that's so good. I could eat 10 of these sea urchin, and I bet they're loaded with nutrition that you can't find anywhere else. Not even kidding. Wow. So if you don't like sea urchin, don't knock it completely. Try with some steak. That would be the best way. A nice ribeye with some fat marbling. Throw a little sea urchin on there. So good. Oh my gosh. All right, let me finish this up. The sun is setting so fast. Not a single regret about this. Oh, so good. Ha! Man, now look at this. I brought everything to make a nice fish stock, boil it down, cook some seaweed with it, make a nice broth, cook the eel, but there's no time. The sun is actually down. So I don't have time to do that right now. I'm just gonna throw the eel in the cooler and I'll eat it at home. I'm planning to go to Florida soon, so be on the lookout for 3 days, maybe 2 days over there. And thanks for watching. Just give uni a try. I'll cook that eel another day. There it is, like a completely different place. What a hike, but what a view. Hope you guys are good. Take care. See you next time.